If you're a Formula One enjoyer, chances are you've heard of the Red Bull second seat curse. Since Daniel Ricciardo left Red Bull in 2018, it seems that no matter who Red Bull places in that second seat, they just don't live up to expectations. So it's the end of the 2018 season, and Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen have been teammates at Red Bull Racing for 3 Formula One seasons. Daniel and Max were racing near the same level consistently and were a perfect match. But on August 3rd, 2018, Daniel announced he would be moving on from Red Bull Racing, leaving a spot to fill. Red Bull decided to promote Pierre Gasly from their sister team, Toro Rosso, to the empty second seat. He was a standout driver at Toro Rosso the previous season, having finished in points 5 times. Unfortunately, his time at Red Bull wasn't quite what Red Bull had hoped for, finishing 11th in his first race and failing to finish on the podium in the first half of the season. They decided to demote him back to Toro Rosso during the summer of 2018. And here we are with the same spot to fill again. Red Bull pulls Alex Albon from their sister team to join Max as their second driver for the second half of the 2019 season. Alex finished in points in all but one race, but like Pierre, he wasn't able to achieve a podium finish. Regardless, Red Bull decided to keep him on for the 2020 season. Alex's 2020 season was good, with him finishing on the podium twice, but not nearly consistent enough for Red Bull standards. With the media making it clear he wasn't living up to expectations, speculation on who might replace him started floating around. Now, let's shift focus to the Racing Point team for a second. During the 2020 summer break, also known as Silly Season, rumors started picking up around Sebastian Vettel moving to Racing Point, which would rebrand to Aston Martin in 2021. With Lance Stroll's position in the team guaranteed, that left Sergio Perez without a seat in 2021. Sergio Perez, aka Checo, had been racing in Formula One for 10 years at that point. Clearly putting new drivers in the second seat wasn't working for Red Bull, so they hopped on the opportunity to sign an experienced driver for the next season. This was an interesting choice because Red Bull didn't normally sign drivers from outside of their own talent pool. Checo's first race with Red Bull resulted in a 5th place finish, which gave hope that maybe he was able to adapt well to the Red Bull car, and his 2021 season might turn this curse around for the team. Unfortunately, the rest of his season wasn't quite as consistent as Red Bull would have liked, even though he had finished on the podium 5 times, one being a win. Regardless of his mildly bumpy first season with Red Bull, they decided to keep him on the team for the following season. The 2022 season was a massive success for Checo, with him finishing on the podium 11 times and in the points for all races that year aside from the ones he didn't finish. It seems like Red Bull figured out what they really needed, an experienced driver behind the wheel who could adapt to the fast yet difficult Red Bull car. The 2023 season was similarly successful, but unfortunately not as consistent as the previous year, with Checo finishing outside of the points multiple times. Now you might be out here like, this all sounds like he's doing so great. Curse over, good job troubleshooting that Red Bull. Well, enter Max Verstappen. Max has been racing for Red Bull since 2016, gradually making his way to the top, where he now sits as a 3-time world champion. His past 3 seasons have been insanely consistent, with him winning all but one race during the 2023 season. Now, if you have a driver like Max taking the Red Bull car to the first place spot so often, you can see why the second seat drivers are having such a hard time living up to expectations, even though they're still finishing in the points much more often than not. Now let's let Alex explain this part.
As it goes sharper and sharper, he goes quicker and quicker, and for you to catch up, you have to start taking a little bit more risk. You might be a couple tenths behind one session. Just try a little bit more. Okay, I've gone off. I've had a crash. So then you've got to restart. Then you've lost a little bit of confidence. It takes a little bit more time. That gap's growing a little bit, and then the next time you try and go out and do another job, another spin or another whatever.
Perez was, in some ways, more adept than Verstappen at getting the most out of the slightly slower version of the car. But Verstappen was searching for a more dynamic set of car characteristics that would be faster. He's now able to extract more from a car that has been pushed in this direction.
But we always field the most competitive cars that we can. There's never a difference between the 2 cars. Now, we had an era with Sebastian where he was incredibly dominant and was difficult to be his teammate. Now with Max, exactly the same thing. He is a machine. He is arguably certainly the best driver currently in Formula One as a 3-time world champion. Yeah, it's a tough gig to be his teammate.
After going down this Red Bull rabbit hole, it's easy to see that there's no curse or hex on the second seat. Red Bull has just found the dream driver in Max Verstappen, giving them the opportunity to push the boundaries of car development, because they know if anyone can handle it, Max can. So this curse doesn't need to be broken. Red Bull really just wants their second perfect match.
It's 11 races in a row that he's been out qualified by his teammate Max Verstappen, and there was absolutely nothing he could do today. Exactly.